Yeah, buddy, God sure blessed them. There's 50 states, but at the end of the day, there's one that you don't mess with. That's Texas, home of Robert Earl King. Ain't no such thing as chili with beans. That's Texas, hot as a flat top griddle. Ain't got a band if you ain't got a fiddle. That's Texas, with a capital T. If I can't go to heaven, I got a plan B. And that's Texas, yeah, that's Texas. Tell them about it, boys.
Baby, back with another video. It's your boy Goofy. Today we got Texans and the Bears. It's the first home game of the season. I'm hyped. Let's go. Caleb Williams ain't ready for us, man. We're gonna lay down the blood. We got Nico, Tank, Stingley, CJ. That boy got nothing on us. Them boys are lucky if they can get a touchdown, not a single point on us, man. We're gonna run through them. You don't believe me? Talk to him, Goofy. Whoa. Don't take it personal. He's a little hyped about the game, and rightfully so. We got the Bears versus the Texans in Houston's home opener, the first home game of the season. In seasons past, it wasn't really a big event. You know, it's not something to really celebrate. But right now, this team has hella energy. And, you know, the city can really feel it. It's going to be a home game like no other. I already saw, like, the post. You got the owners opening up the stadium. And they got interactive wristbands for the fans. You know, that's going to be fun. And I think that's going to directly correlate with how the team will perform that night. There's going to be an even greater level of drive. You got to ask yourself, how much more driven can this team be? The answer would only be, we can only tell until tonight. Yeah, I just want to touch on a couple of points that I thought were important for this game and things that could at least impact the game as well. Now, we've seen both teams play, but I feel like we haven't seen the Texans actually go deep in their bag in terms of like offensive weaponry or play calls in general. And that's just because our run game was succeeding at a high level. And don't get me wrong, if we succeed tonight at running, just as we did last week, by all means, run it down their throats. I won't complain. But that brings me to my first point, at least major key points for the game. And it's going to be defense. You know, defense either side. But last week, the Bears defense really took control of that game. Some of the players to highlight are definitely Jalen Johnson, you know, securing that interception. You know, he's a good corner all around. And what seems to be everyone's talking about, Darrell Taylor. Now, he put on a show for them Tennessee boys. I think he racked up 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and what seemed like infinite pressure on the quarterback, man. Although the one thing I do want to highlight is he was mainly working against the Titan rookie, J.C. Latham, which in this game, he's going to be working against, which I think is the best left tackle in the game in Laramie Tunsil. So I don't think he would have as much as an impact in this game than he would against the Titans. Their defense in general is really good. We're going to see how that goes. And that does play in with, you know, because their defense really took control. I mean, they kept them in the game with the Titans. But, I mean, it goes to our defense. The reason it was even close was because Caleb Williams couldn't, you know, operate. You know, Titans do have a good secondary. You know, I think our secondary might compete a little bit, but they do have more veterans than us. And our team's really young. And I think that's what they would attack, at least for the Bears offense. It's probably going to go after the younger players like Kamari Lassiter. And they do have veteran receivers. You know, our team, and going against the Colts, we have veterans like, you know, Michael Pittman. That's about it, really. Alec Pierce is like in his second year, I think, or third year. And then they have a rookie Adonai. But, I mean, they don't really have veterans on that team. The Bears actually have veterans. You know, these are guys that are, like, proven. They have 1,000-yard seasons. Like, these guys are dogs. But so I think they're going to attack at least the younger players. The secondary is good, but the Texans, you know, I think our D-line and our pass rush in general is going to be a lot better than the Titans, at least getting to the quarterback. And I feel like, especially with this atmosphere that the home game is going to have, Caleb Williams won't have, you know, he won't really have an option. I feel like it's going to be a run-heavy game. And I feel like he won't really have that many looks in terms of the passing game. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough game for Caleb Williams and see if he can try to get it out of there. I saw John Gruden's video talking about, like, the Bears running backs and, you know, how they kept cycling them. I don't think that's going to, you know, work too efficiently with the Texans. I mean, we did great against Jonathan Taylor. And if they want to keep cycling, they need someone to heat up to try to get this team going. But we can stop the run, so they're going to need to do something. I mean, trying to rely on Caleb Williams, like a rookie quarterback, to try and carry the team other than the rushing offense. I mean, I can't tell anything. And you can't be saved by the defense. We got CJ And CJ, we honestly didn't even go too deep into the playbook. Honestly, like we mainly just attacked any like quick cuts or anything like that with Nico. You know, with Nico, we mainly just like targeted him really. Stephon Diggs did get his touchdowns, but I think we're gonna utilize Tank Dell a lot more as well as the tight ends, as well as also leaning on that running game. I think we're gonna try to implement that early, and we're gonna try to run it through. But if they can't stop him, then we're gonna probably run throughout the whole game and see how it goes. I don't think it's gonna be a close game at all. I think it's gonna be really tough for Caleb to try and keep them in the game. We are not the Titans. It's not gonna be like that, and they're not gonna. If we have the lead, we definitely won't lose it like the Titans did. we are a different beast entirely. So I don't see them coming out of this with the W. And in terms of stats or like any predictions, I think CJ Stroud could go for at least 280 against this defense. Now Jalen Johnson is gonna be a huge problem, but I think he's mainly gonna focus on Stephon Diggs. Or maybe, you know, they like to run like to have Nico Collins by himself and a bunch the rest on the right side. So they might have Jalen Johnson on Nico, but I feel like that alone is like a mismatch just because of Nico's size compared to what Jalen Johnson usually works with. But I mean, either way, I mean, pick your poison of who you want to guard. I mean, I don't think their other corners are too great. They do have Kevin Byard. You know, I don't think he's going to be anything crazy. Either way, I don't think they're going to stop this offense, whether that be Joe Mixon, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs. I think Brevin Jordan's going to have a game. I think he's going to have the most receptions and yards from our tight end group, especially because Dalton Schultz has that ankle injury. He's going to play, but I don't think he's going to be 100%. So I don't think he will be included in a lot of the plays, but he will be there. His presence will be felt, but I mean, I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. In terms of rushing, I thought Joe Mixon would rush for over 80, but I mean, he rushed for 160 last week. I mean, he did amazing. This Bears defense is similar to not similar, I'd say similar in toughness. I think the Colts defense was really good. In terms of toughness, though, they do have, you know, Darrell Taylor. You know, he might be a little more active back there to try to stop the run. I think Joe Mixon can get at least 90 yards, honestly. Maybe even 100. I mean, 120 might be that might be a sweet spot. I mean, honestly, if they really try to implement this run game heavy, give him 30 touches like they did last week, I think he won't even have an issue trying to reach that. And in terms of like Bears running backs, DeAndre Swift will probably be the leading back, but there's no way he can go over. If we held Jonathan Taylor under 50, I don't think he's going to go over 50 either. Like, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, he might have some screenplays. It might be something like that, but I can't see that happening. And in terms of the receivers, if they do try to target whoever's opposite of Kamari Lassiter, I assume it's going to be DJ Moore. Nah, it won't be DJ Moore. It'll probably be Keenan. So I expect Keenan to have a good game. I honestly don't think Caleb Williams is going to have time in the pocket. I think our defensive ends are going to get to him. I think this is the game that we're actually going to put up some sack numbers. Like, we only had two last week. We definitely need more, and it was only from our D tackles. Like, we definitely have the pressure, and we have talented edge guys. Like, they can definitely get to that quarterback. And you know, Daniel Hunter knocking the ball down against Anthony Richardson, he had his little finger injury, so I think it can really work out. I just hope we get more in the end zone more often. We were in there, you know, pretty good, but I feel like Fairbairn had a bigger game than what he needed to have. I think we just got to get in the end zone more often, and it should help out. I mean, other than that, man, I'm pretty excited about this game. It's going to be fun. I like to see my Texans ball out and try to just, you know, show it to the rookie. Other than that, I think that's going to be it for the psych. We got lightning picks, baby. We got lightning picks, baby. Let's go. It's your boy Goofy here to start off with these lightning picks. First, I'm going to start off by explaining what they are. Now, lightning picks is basically I'm giving myself 30 seconds to just go through the whole slate of week 2 games. Only because I feel like most of the time, or at least last week, I was just overthinking, taking too long to decide on which teams I did want to go to. And you know, I do want to save some time. But at the same time, I just want to make it easier for my boy, my editor Goober. You know, he's been putting in the hours. It's gonna make it a lot easier, especially if I'm not taking like an hour to pick one team. So it's gonna be a lot more quicker, a lot more fast paced. And none of that pussy shit. Think deep on what team is like the best or whatever, and going back on my word. I'm just go straight for the face value, straight to the gut. You know, you get that gut instinct whenever you look at a team in their matchup. Now, I already went through these like at face glance, like whenever I first, like end of the week, week 1, I already picked all of them for this week, so I kind of already had them in line. We got the I forgot we got Buffalo and Dolphins. I went for Buffalo. Yes, Bills Mafia, baby. Unfortunately, Mr. Tua Tagovailoa got injured. He got concussed. So hopefully, he makes it back safe and he can get full recovery. But honestly, I think it's just time for him to just hang the jersey up. It's not it's not his time anymore. Next we got the Dallas Cowboys and New Orleans Saints. I got, unfortunately, the Cowgirls, only because I just think they have a better offense in general. Although Saints put up some big numbers, I think the Cowboys taking them up. We got Lions and Bucks. Ooh, if it was in Tampa, I'd pick the Bucks, but it's in Detroit, so I gotta pick Lions here. They have a good offense. Both teams have good offenses. I think the Bucks have that boy Baker. That boy's a dog. And he's recognized by CJ, so I can appreciate that. But I'm gonna lock in the Lions here. Now, starting off, we got Colts and Packers. Now, the Green Bay Packers are missing their Jordan Love, so I think it's an easy pick picking the Colts here. I don't trust Malik Davis. No, not Malik Davis. Malik Willis. And AR, I feel like if he gets the rhythm going, that's gonna be a scary team to face here. Now we got Jets and Titans. Honestly, I might go with the Titans leaning face here, but I just don't like the way that their offense handled last game. But it was the Bears' defense, but the Jets do have a tougher defense. I just think the Jets faced a tough defense in 49ers. I think they can take on the Titans here. Yeah, up next, 49ers and Vikings. I'm taking the 49ers. It's pretty obvious. I mean, they're one of the big dogs here. Got lots of offensive firepower, lots of defensive firepower. I mean, I can't really... It'd be dumb kind of betting against them, but hey, we're going for it. We got Seahawks and Patriots. I still think Patriots are dumpster fire. I don't know how they got that win, and I'm pissed that they did. But I'm picking the Seahawks. I think they can get it done. We got Giants and Commanders. I think Commanders. I really wanted them to win last game, but not really because I had the Bucks. But I thought Jaden Daniels was gonna pass it a lot more. He did a lot of moving with his legs. Not really a fan of that too much, but I mean he's getting the job done, so I mean might as well. And the New York Giants look like absolute garbage. And we got the Chargers and Panthers here. I'm taking the Chargers. I mean Panthers just look terrible, man. There's not much to say on that. Obviously, I can't believe there's 2% picking the Panthers here. That's crazy. Yeah, we got Jaguars and Browns. Browns having Mr. Watson. It was rough against the Cowboys. The Cowboys did have a tough defense, so I'm kind of scared leaning towards the Jaguars here. But the Jaguars, I feel like they can get things going, especially they started heating up towards the end of that one against their Week 1 game. So I feel like it's easy going with the Jaguars until Mr. Deshaun Watson proves me wrong one of these weeks, unless he's benched before then. I'm always going to pick the team against him because Deshaun was looking terrible. He does not know how to play football anymore. And we got Ravens and Raiders. I mean, Ravens just look stacked, dude. I can't imagine them losing to the Raiders. It's impossible, bro. And that brings us to the Rams and Cardinals. Oh, man, the Cardinals I was kind of scared. I was like, dude, did I sleep on the Cardinals whenever they're going up? Like, I think it was like up like 17-0 at one point. And I was like, oh, damn, did I really misguess these guys? These guys are crazy. But, I mean, I think the Rams, they ended up losing that game, the Cardinals. But I think the Rams just have like a better offense. It's like, why not? That's my gut feeling. I just like Rams. I feel like they're just a solid team overall. And it's gonna help me out picking these teams throughout the week. I think it's easier to go off your gut. Now we got the Steelers and the Broncos. Oh man, this is crazy. I did not expect the Steelers to win at all. I didn't expect Justin Herbert. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, Justin Fields to start. But I think it's a lot better than Mr. Russell Wilson starting. So, honestly, I'd pick the Steelers. I feel like TJ Watt had an absolute outing against the Falcons. And going against Bo Nix, I feel like it could be a scary sight for Mr. Bo Nix and the Broncos. We got Cincinnati against Kansas City. I got Kansas City. Cincinnati somehow lost. I swear the worst team in the NFL. But, I mean, screw it. I mean, I don't think they can get it done against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then we got the Sunday night. We know this for Sunday night. I had to hit that shit real quick. Now we got the Texans, obviously. I don't think the Bears can get it done. I think the Texans are just going to run through them. But that's another story here. And we got Eagles, Falcons, Monday night. I think it's the Eagles. Falcons did not look good against the Steelers.
Again, it was a tough defense for Steelers, but I mean, unless Kirk wakes up, yeah, I can only bet against him here. We got Eagles. And that wraps up the Lightning Picks, baby!
That's all I got for you guys. Remember, Jesus loves you all. Go Texans, go Horns. Hook 'em. Have a great one.